Have you ever heard of a civilization so ancient, so advanced, that it left behind colossal heads carved from volcanic rock, each weighing tons? And what if I told you they moved these massive stones over 60 miles through dense jungle and swamps, all without the wheel or beasts of burden? This isn't a plot from an action-adventure movie. This is the real-life mystery of the Olmecs, Mesoamerica's very first major civilization. Welcome, history lovers and mystery seekers. Today we're journeying back more than 3,000 years to the tropical lowlands of south-central Mexico. This was the cradle of the Olmecs, a culture so foundational they're often called the mother culture of Mesoamerica, the Maya, the Aztecs. They all stood on the shoulders of these giants. Speaking of giants, that's exactly what we're here to talk about. The most iconic and baffling legacy of the Olmecs are their incredible colossal stone heads. Picture this. You're hacking your way through thick, humid jungle. Suddenly you stumble upon a face staring out from the undergrowth. It's not just a face. It's a gigantic, stone-carved head, taller than you are, with a powerful stoic expression. Imagine the shock, the awe. That's what happened in 1862 when the first of these heads was rediscovered. To date, 17 have been found, and each one is a masterpiece of engineering and artistry. These aren't generic statues. Each head has distinct facial features, unique headdresses, and individual expressions. Some look calm and noble, others fierce and determined. This has led archaeologists to believe they are portraits of powerful Olmec rulers. Think of them as the presidential portraits of their time, but instead of oil on canvas, they used multi-ton basalt boulders. The headdresses they wear are particularly fascinating. They might look like simple helmets, but they are adorned with intricate symbols and patterns, possibly representing their name, their lineage, or their greatest achievements, like a visual resume carved in stone. But here's where the mystery deepens. The stone used for these heads is volcanic basalt, sourced from the Tuxtla Mountains. The main Olmec centers, like San Lorenzo and La Venta, where most heads were found, are located up to 100 kilometers away. How on earth did they transport these boulders? Some weighing as much as 50 tons, that's heavier than several elephants combined, cross rivers, swamps, and dense jungle. The leading theory is that they used large balsa wood rafts to float the stones down rivers during the wet season, when water levels were high. On land, they likely used log rollers and sheer human power, hundreds, maybe thousands of people pulling with thick ropes. Can you imagine the level of social organization, planning, and raw effort required? This wasn't a weekend project. It was a monumental undertaking that speaks volumes about the power and authority of Olmec rulers. They could command immense labor forces to create these lasting symbols of their might. The craftsmanship itself is another puzzle. The Olmecs didn't have metal tools like iron or bronze. They likely carved these incredibly detailed portraits using harder stones, like jadeite, and employed techniques of pecking and grinding. It would have been a slow, painstaking process. Think about shaping a boulder with another rock. It requires immense skill, patience, and a clear artistic vision. The subtle curves of the lips, the fleshy cheeks, the piercing gaze, all achieved with the most basic of tools. It's a testament to their incredible artistry. So, who were these powerful rulers? What did their world look like? The Olmecs developed a complex society. They built the first major cities in Mesoamerica, complete with pyramids and ceremonial plazas. Their city of La Venta, for example, features a massive earthen mound, one of the earliest pyramids in the region. They were sophisticated farmers, cultivating maize, beans, and squash, which allowed their population to grow and their society to flourish. They also developed a system of trade that stretched for hundreds of miles. Olmec-style artifacts, especially prized objects made of jade, have been found all over ancient Mexico and Central America. This wasn't just about exchanging goods. It was about spreading ideas, religious beliefs, and cultural influence. They may have even developed one of the first writing systems in the Americas, a precursor to the famous Maya hieroglyphs. We found symbols known as Epi-Olmec script that hint at a complex written language, though much of it remains undeciphered. And their religion was just as influential. Many deities and concepts that were central to later cultures, like the feathered serpent god Quetzalcoatl, seem to have their origins with the Olmecs. They revered the jaguar, a powerful predator of the jungle, and many of their artworks blend human and jaguar features, creating word jaguars. These could represent shamans transforming into their spirit animals or powerful deities themselves. Their worldview was deeply intertwined with nature and the cosmos. But like all great ancient civilizations, the Olmecs eventually declined. Around 400 BC, their major centers were abandoned. What happened? Was it environmental change? Volcanic eruption that covered their farmlands in ash? Was it internal conflict or invasion? One of the most intriguing clues is that many of the colossal heads were deliberately buried or defaced. Why would they do this to their own sacred monuments? One theory is that when a ruler died, his successor might have ordered his predecessor's monument to be ritually killed or buried, making way for his own. It could have been an act of political transition, not just random destruction. Or perhaps it was done by invaders who conquered the Olmecs and sought to erase the symbols of their power. The truth is, we just don't know for sure. The collapse of the Olmec civilization remains one of history's great unsolved mysteries. What they left behind, however, changed the course of history in the Americas forever. Their innovations in art, architecture, religion, and governance laid the groundwork for all the great civilizations that followed. The Olmecs weren't just the mother culture. They were the architects of a new world. Their silent, stone-faced rulers continue to watch over the jungle, their secrets locked away, challenging us to keep digging, keep questioning, keep exploring the incredible story of our shared human past. What do you think happened to the Olmecs? How do you think they moved those giant heads? Let me know your theories in the comments below. It's through discussions like these that we can piece together the puzzle of history. Thanks so much for joining me on this incredible journey back in time. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more ancient mysteries, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay curious.